My pets, baby. Everybody's scared of bees. Look at this. Look. Watch that. Come on. Come on, Daddy. Come on. Look. If somebody messed with my bees, I'd be a little bit upset, maybe a whole lot upset.
Not been able to get them back. I-Team investigator Adam Ulcer is listening to his story tonight as he fights to get his bees back.
And Adam learned that the beekeeper has not only lost his main source of income, but the loss of those hives also impacting the environment.
I had my first beehive when I was 10 years old.
Beekeeping is not just a hobby for 84-year-old Richard Marquette.
84 years old, it takes a little bit more to get into your suit than it did when I was 24.
It's a way of life.
Got my hive tool, got my smoker, ready to go work bees.
Over the years, he's tended thousands of hives.
This is a working hive right here.
And harvested honey produced by millions of bees.
Here I am, bees. I want to work the beehive and see what's going on.
But this is his last remaining working hive, at least the only one whose whereabouts he can pinpoint. Over the next few months, between 50 and 100,000 bees will collect nectar from nearby plants and flowers, deposit it in the hive, and produce honey.
Just crack the lid first, just a small amount. And then you put some smoke in here so you get the bees quieted down. And there they are. Well, it's my livelihood, and they've been especially important for me the last few years.
Richard was put on medical leave from his job at Walmart after an injury, and selling honey is what got him through.
I sell my honey for $20 a quart, and so I was dependent upon my honeybees for income.
In late July, he discovered 20 active hives, all filled with honey, went missing from a lot he owns down the road from his home. Richard encountered a contractor with a backhoe there, knocking down trees 50 feet inside his property line.
I asked the gentleman there, I says, where are the bees? And he said, we had them moved, or the owner of the land had them moved. I said, well, I'm the owner of the land, and I didn't move them.
Richard called the Citrus County Sheriff's Office, and a deputy determined Joseph Dennick, who bought a lot next to Richard's, was responsible for the missing bees.
If you're in Florida, Tampa, Citrus County, pay attention. Those 20 hives had millions of bees. His millions of bees was helping you people grow fruit, keeping the county up. Yeah. Now, whoever got those hives, if they don't know how to handle them, the hives are going to die out and be gone. So reach out and help the man. He was helping y'all, helping himself, and he wasn't asking for a handout. He just wants what's his back. And I can't blame the man.
The deputy wrote in his report, quote, there was a miscommunication and the land clearing company mistakenly cleared Richard's property. The report said Dennick admitted, quote, instructing a friend to remove the bees and expressed his willingness to have the bees returned. But the bees were never returned, and it's been more than 90 days.
The sheriff department's closed the case, and I'm out my money and my work and the honey crop and future honey crops.
I called Dennick, and he admitted he offered the beehives to anyone who would move them in a Facebook post. He said a friend of a friend came and got them, but when I asked who that was, he said he didn't want to rat anybody out. Dennick declined an on-camera interview, and when I sent him my contact information, he texted, I'd like to handle this legally at this point. Please don't contact me anymore.
How many quarts of honey would you normally get out of 20 hives?
Per hive, you can get 20 to 40 quarts.
20 hives times 20 quarts times $20 a quart adds up to $8,000. If each hive produces 40 quarts, that's $16,000. And Richard says in Florida, some hives produce 3 honey crops per year.
I can't figure out why they won't bring them back, or at least pay me for the bees or whatever, but I haven't been able to get anything.
Maybe these bees, like who'd have thought it? Look, I got them winterized, and today's going to be 80 degrees, but the other day it was 30 degrees. So they happy. See them? They just running around playing. Look at them. Come on. Come on. Look, they harmless. Now, if you're standing in front of the hive, sometimes they'll come in and hit you because it's their in and out, but they're not vicious. I breed these bees to stay general. If this hive if this hive right here jump on my hand, that queen would die. This queen would be the next mama.
I see what you're saying. So
Yeah.
you selective breed your bees.
You better believe I do.
So can bees be considered small livestock?
Yes.
Should they be protected as small livestock?
Yes.
All right.
I mean, look, I don't, I use my honey basically for my tonics or my hot honey for the family, for like presents and stuff. But because I only got 3 hives. But like the fella that lost his 20 hives, that's so hard to believe. He'll never see those bees. Whoever got those bees knew what they had. I guarantee they sold, they gone, they spread out halfway across Florida by now, if not all the way into Georgia.
Richard eventually hired attorney Andy Lyons, who sent Dinnick a demand letter, giving him 7 days to respond and make things right.
His ability to earn a living for an entire year or more has been destroyed by this. And, of course, the damage to the bees themselves, the queens that were in the hives, the whole ecosystem that surrounds them was wiped out in a day.
Look, the guy went to all the trouble to have his hives inspected yearly, have them stamped. Each hive, where the state board of health could check each hive. My hives are not like that. This is my play toy, my babies. I do this for the family. I don't sell commercial. I don't go down to the local Walmart and sell honey. It just don't happen. It's not worth it. But he went to all that trouble, all that time, and people, this don't happen one season. The man's 84 years old, had beehives since he was 10. That's 74 years to perfect his system, and it's gone. And I'm not a lawyer, but whoever did it should get over the right click and make sure they do everything they can to undo it, because somebody's going to pay.
I agree. Now, Papa, out of curiosity, how much would it cost somebody that just wanted to start from scratch? You've got nothing. What is the startup cost to start with honeybees?
I got my nuclear hive, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I think I paid $60 for the nuke, which is a certain amount of bees in the queen. I built my own hives. You can't see them right now because I got the insulation on them. I've got one hive here, this one, that I bought. You buy that hive with the frames and the bees, and Lord, I'm guessing, it's been so long. You're looking at $500, say, from scratch to right here. That's one. He had 20.
And he also had multi-level hives.
Yeah, and here's the trick now. You got 10 trays in here. When you take these trays out full of honey, you got to have 10 empties to put in there. That's 20 times 20. Now these trays, when you buy them online, oh my gosh.
I've seen them, what, $9.99 to $90.99.
That's right. So, I mean, the cost can get astronomical.
Richard estimates up to 2 million bees were in those hives. Bees which would help pollinate our food and face threats of extinction from mites, diseases, and pesticides. The lids on Richard's hives were each clearly marked with his initials and a number assigned by the state for hive registration and annual inspections.
So most beekeepers would know that that's
Right.
essentially like your brand.
Right, that's right. You have to have your bees by the state, and the state has numbers.
As we were leaving, Richard showed us some of his last remaining jars of honey.
So what do you got here?
We got palmetto honey straight from the beehive.
So this is as close to perfect as it gets, huh?
It don't get any better.
Richard says he's hoping to get his honeybees and equipment back in time for next season's crop, since that perfect honey is what allows him to get by.
Same thing as gold, especially when you need it.
Well, look, I use my honey on a cut or whatever. My son-in-law had an injury and used some of my honey. And my daughter Samantha put it on him. He thought it was funny. They went to the doctor and they gave him it was 1 ounce container
1 ounce.
for $90-something medical honey.
Yes. the same
He quit
thing.
laughing and started crying.
Yeah.